It's processing. Okay, now it's open the BEX query designer. Okay, this is a way how you have to open the BEX query designer. Now what we have to do, we have to create the new query. Click on this create button. New query. Okay, and click on the find. You have to search for your info object. What is your info object primary key? SID 1. Say find. It won't display any info object. No objects found. The reason is your info object is not a info provider. Under BEX query designer, and if you find out, it will display only the info providers, not info object. So what we have to do, we have to convert this info object as an info provider. Now let's see how to do that. Cancel it, minimize this, go back to your modeling screen or say 1. Okay, so now go to info provider, refresh. So it won't display anything. Come back to your info objects and select your info area, expand it, select your primary key, your salesman ID. Okay, when you check this, there is no information how to convert this info object as an info provider. So come back. Now we have to enter the transaction code RSI set. So what we are doing here, we are creating a info set on top of the info object. So type your info set name here. You can type anything. I'm typing here iset SM1 for example. Now click on create. Okay, you need to enter the long description and long name and short name. So the long name I'm typing here info set for salesman master data. Okay, the short name we can type anything here. So the info area, it will be a default or it will be optional. Either you can type your info area or you can leave this option. Then the start with info provider. So what is our info provider? That is the info object, right? So select the info object, type your info object name SID 1. Now click on continue. Okay, so now it has been created our info set. Now click on activate. So it has been activated. Now go back. Now we have to select info set data display icon. Okay, select the field selection for output. Select salesman ID. Now click on execute. Again execute. Okay, observe the key values of salesman ID. Now say F3 back. Okay, now go back to your BEX query. Okay, click on create new. Here you have to type your iset info set. Okay, let's say if you don't remember the name, full name, just say iset and say find. Okay, it will show you your iset. This is info set for salesman ID. This is what we have created. Find, select this, say open. Okay, so it will display your you got your salesman ID and your salesman attributes. Expand it. Okay, this is your age, phone number and address. So we have converted this salesman ID as a info set, right? What we need to do is now we need to arrange these info objects as per your report. So click on rows and columns. Okay, now select your primary key SMID, okay, and drag and drop into the rows. Then select your attributes. You can select one by one or you can select all and drag and drop into rows. Okay, once you've done this part, go to your properties. Okay, under display, check the descriptions and everything. The technical name, you can say this is your technical name, salesman ID 1, and I said SM1 underscore F1. This is your info set. Okay, then display here. Okay, now check this query, check for any errors. Okay, there is no errors for this. Now save this query. I can say this is report salesman ID 1, and you can enter the technical name SID 1, anything you can type here. Save it. Once you're done saving, what you have to do, you have to execute this. Click on execute. Okay, once you click on execute, go back to your Excel screen. You can see that this will be your output. Okay, once you come back here, you can see that this is your report where you can check the filter. You can select the salesman. It will display the salesman ID, salesman age, whatever the data you have entered manually. This is your final output in your BEX query. So if you want to go back to again BEX query, click on the tools, say edit query. Earlier we have selected check query and we have executed in the web. We have another option. You can close this BEX query and execute. There is an option called exit and use the query. Click on here, you will get this screen. Okay.